This next cojones goes to a man who's dear to my heart for standing up for stand-up. When dozens of Netflix employees walked out over Dave Chappelle's reckless decision to perform comedy on his comedy special, CEO Ted Sarandos could have pulled the special and replaced it with more episodes of Who Wants to Watch Koreans Get Killed. But instead, he reminded his Netflix employees that comedy exists to push boundaries and told them if you'd find it hard to support our content breadth, Netflix may not be the best place for you. So, for making the phrase, "Don't let the door hit you in the never sound better," this is for you.
There's no question about it. Bill Maher knows how to get people talking. Lately, he's made headlines for his sharp remarks about what he calls woke Hollywood, arguing that it's helping fuel cancel culture.
No getting around the fact that what was on the mind of the liberals that night in Brentwood, or wherever we may have been, was that the most powerful witch hunters now were coming from Twitter, the Ivy League, and the progressive left. J.K. Rowling used to be a villain to the right because she wrote books about witchcraft. Now she's a villain to the left because she has the crazy belief that there's more to being a woman than pronouns.
Let's face it, Bill Maher speaks his mind without holding back. He aims to call out the double standards of celebrities who cave under online backlash so quickly that they end up silencing their own opinions.
Our first award goes to the president of my alma mater, Cornell University, Martha Pollack. This month, students there demanded trigger warnings before all the lectures in case any of the adult subjects you specifically went to college to learn about came up. And Martha said, "Yeah, no, we're not doing that." She didn't cave in or hire a new dean of sensitivity. She just said, "No, college is for introducing you to new ideas, not for kissing your and making you feel wonderful and all."
The freedom to speak your mind just doesn't mix with the fear of saying the wrong thing. Fascinating, right? So what did Maher do next? He went on a sharp yet funny rant that left Hollywood's biggest names completely stunned.
That was the point of the evening. How do we take a stand against cancel culture? And I suggested, since we were mostly all in show business, that we start an award show to honor the brave people who have fought back. Well, I gotta tell you, the idea was met with great enthusiasm by everyone, and in short order, different people were suggesting the ways that their varied talents could be put to use. And then, of course, being Hollywood, nothing happened. But it's still a good idea, so I'm gonna do it right here, right now, and not only that, we're gonna do it every...
Bill Maher's latest move is bound to connect with anyone who's ever wondered what's really behind this whole cancel culture idea. There's something admirable about someone who dares to speak up, even when it's not the popular thing to do. And hey, if you're enjoying this look into the facts and opinions behind it all, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It would absolutely make my day and help keep these conversations going. Now let's take a closer look at the woke culture Maher keeps calling out. No matter where you stand politically, it's hard to ignore how much this mindset has shaped today's discussions. Maher, though, isn't just pointing out flaws. He's highlighting the gap between what people say and what they actually do. Take J.K. Rowling, for example. Once celebrated for creating the magical world of Harry Potter, she quickly found herself shunned by many of her former fans. Her mistake, according to critics? Questioning whether gender identity might be about more than simply making a choice. Overnight, she went from beloved author to public enemy, caught in what feels like a modern-day witch hunt, and only this time the torches were replaced by angry social media threads. And then there's Elon Musk. Remember when he was seen as the visionary who'd changed the future with rockets and electric cars? Everything was fine for Elon Musk until he started saying things that didn't match the progressive agenda. Almost overnight, he went from being hailed as a genius to being treated like an outsider. According to Maher, cancel culture doesn't care about your achievements or good intentions. The moment you step outside the accepted line, you're done. And Musk isn't the only one. Joe Rogan is another great example. He was once the cool, bold voice of podcasting that everyone loved. But when he began asking questions that challenged popular opinions, many quickly turned against him, accusing him of spreading misinformation. Strange, isn't it, how fast admiration can turn into criticism? Maher's point hits home. In the world of cancel culture, a single misstep can cost you your entire reputation. Even Maher himself hasn't escaped it. Once celebrated by the same groups that now call him too harsh, he's seen firsthand how quickly loyalty can fade. Frustrated with a culture that pressures people to fit in or face rejection, Maher draws powerful comparisons between figures like J.K. Rowling, Elon Musk, and Hollywood itself, an industry that often finds itself under fire. He describes cancel culture as a storm that seems to consume everything in its path. Yet, surprisingly, he says it loses its strength the moment you stop giving in to it. To explain, Maher brings up Trader Joe's, a company famous for its quirky product names. When a teenager on social media accused those names of being offensive, many expected the company to issue an apology and change everything. But Trader Joe's didn't. Instead, they calmly stated that their labels weren't harmful and chose not to back down. Then, they simply went on with their day.
A life and a sense of humor and released this statement. We disagree that any of these labels are racist, and we do not make decisions based on petitions. You see how easy it is? So to the home of the 19-cent banana, here, have some nuts.
Do you know what happened after that? Nothing. People kept shopping, life moved forward, and Trader Joe's stayed just as popular as before. Maher points out that this is the true irony. Outrage always comes with an expiration date. Within a few days, the online protests faded away and attention shifted to someone else. According to Maher, moments like these show that the power of cancel culture is often blown out of proportion. Standing your ground can be enough to make it lose its force. It might feel overwhelming at first, like being caught in a giant wave, but staying calm and firm makes the noise fade. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Next, Maher turns his focus to the academic world, specifically Cornell University. It makes sense that disagreements would happen on a campus full of different ideas, but these days, colleges have become safe zones where even the slightest discomfort sparks concern. When Cornell students pushed for trigger warnings on every lecture, President Martha Pollack stood her ground. She argued that the purpose of education is to face new ideas, not hide from them. That was a bold move, and Maher applauds it. He believes every act of resistance to this pressure changes the culture for the better. Instead of giving in to demands for constant comfort, Pollack showed how real leadership means standing by your values, even when others disagree. Maher doesn't stop there. He also calls out Hollywood for making big promises it never keeps. Remember all those celebrities who swore they'd leave the country if a certain political figure won? Eddie Griffin, George Lopez, Miley Cyrus, the list goes on.
2016, Eddie Griffin said, if Trump wins, I'm moving to Africa. Apparently very slowly, because in Trump's 4 years, he only got as far as Van Nuys. George Lopez once said that if Trump won, he won't have to worry about immigration. We'll all go back. George Lopez still...
Maher pokes fun at moments like these to show how quickly grand promises crumble when real action or personal comfort is on the line. He reminds viewers that comedy remains one of the sharpest tools for revealing uncomfortable truths. He also praises those who stood strong through the storm. Ben Stiller, Joe Rogan, Kevin Hart, and Dave Chappelle. Each faced heavy criticism, yet none of them backed down. Maher points out that even Netflix, after much debate, chose not to remove Dave Chappelle's comedy special. CEO Ted Sarandos defended the choice, standing by the importance of creative freedom. Maher also brings up Ben Stiller's controversial role in Tropic Thunder, using it as another example of how artists who refuse to surrender to outrage can still hold their ground and keep creating.
Like there's a long list of liberal celebrities who swear they'll go if a Republican is elected, and no one ever does. Miley Cyrus once said, I am moving if Trump is my president. I don't say things I don't mean. Here she is looking miserable, having to endure America at the Grammys last Sunday. I guess she flew back from Tajik.
Every few years, a crowd resurfaces to condemn the movie's satire of Hollywood cliches, yet Stiller has never apologized. Instead, he continues to stand by Tropic Thunder and takes pride in the work that went into making it.
Next cojones goes to a man who's dear to my heart for standing up for stand-up. When dozens of Netflix employees walked out over Dave Chappelle's reckless decision to perform comedy on his comedy special. CEO Ted Sarandos could have pulled the special and replaced it with more episodes of Who Wants to Watch Koreans Get Killed. But instead, he reminded his Netflix employees that comedy exists to push boundaries and told them if you'd find it hard to support our content breadth, Netflix may not be the best place for you. So, for making the phrase, "don't let the door hit you in the ass," never sound better, this is for when movie lovers get together these days. One phrase that comes up a lot and always makes me sad is, "yeah, you couldn't make that one today." Top of that list is the great Tropic Thunder, which the scolds have been after for years. But in February, Ben Stiller tweeted, "I make no apologies for Tropic Thunder. It's always been a controversial movie since when we opened, proud of it and the work everyone did on it." See, people, it's not that hard. He said it, and he still got a commercial. And the lesson is, if you stand up to the mob for just a day or two, their shallow, impatient, immature, smartphone-driven, gerbil minds will forget about it and go on to the next nothing burger, and you still will have your...
As Maher puts it, humor and art are meant to challenge us, and there's no need to apologize for that. His message ultimately shows that cancel culture isn't as unstoppable as it might appear. Those who stay strong through the initial backlash often find that the outrage fades just as quickly as it began. If figures like Ben Stiller, Trader Joe's, and Martha Pollack have proven anything, it's that real courage has a remarkable way of standing firm against criticism. Now it's over to you. What do you think about these examples? Should they have acted differently, or do you admire their willingness to speak their minds? Share your thoughts below, and let's keep the conversation going.